Marta Guerrero has lived in the French city of Lyon for 20 years, for much of that time as an illegal immigrant. Now she heads a band called La Machete, playing the rhythms of her native Peru. Like many immigrants, she's proud of her own culture. And despite France being historically reluctant to embrace its own cultural diversity, Lyon is becoming a place where different cultures can flourish. The momentum for this development is coming from artists like Marta herself.
It's simply about showing things which do exist, and which have their place and their value and their public also, which is not necessarily each community's own public. For instance, at my concerts, I rarely see Peruvians in the audience. But I'm really pleased about this, because it's an attraction for a lot of young people who are interested in cultures in other places, South America and all that, and they really are impressionable.
Lyon has a strong record of encouraging interculturalism. This is an exhibition to chronicle the contribution of North African immigrants to French society over the past 100 years. Lyon is part of an initiative called Intercultural Cities, a program run by the European Commission and the Council of Europe, the continent's diversity and human rights watchdog. It's a network of cities that learn from each other's experiences of cultural diversity. Some experts from the Council of Europe are in Lyon to assess the city's progress. Irina Gidikova is one of them. So what's impressed her about Lyon?
Many things. First of all, the rapidity with which Lyon has advanced in the past few months since our first visit. The fact that they have set up this working group of several deputy mayors, so a very strong political commitment, and an approach to interculturalism which is based on the territory, on the community and the neighborhood level. So the whole community is mobilized.
At Lyon's Opera House, high culture and street culture exist side by side. But France has always sought to integrate immigrants into the cultural mainstream rather than promoting a multicultural society. So what do citizens think? Is Lyon an intercultural city?
No, I do not have the impression I'm living in a city where cultures mix, because it is rather an upper-class city.
I believe that what plays a big part is people's hesitation to mingle. You can feel a kind of hanging back, a kind of block when there are cultural differences or religious.
I was born in Brazil, not here. I was born in Recife and got here when I was 5. I've always liked Lyon because there were plenty of different cultures, from lots of different countries and origins, though there still is a lot of racism.
Immigration to Europe is likely to increase in the coming decades. Lyon City Council is therefore seeking to embed the principle of interculturalism in daily life. Georges and Najat are the deputy mayors responsible for culture and community life, respectively. Being both of foreign descent, they're mindful of the need to promote cultural equality. After all, equality is one of the foundations of the French Republic. But paradoxically, Republican values could be holding France back from developing into a truly intercultural society.
The Republican values are clearly to make no difference between people. They're to consider that everyone resembles each other, that everyone is the same. In practice, in reality, one sees easily that not everyone is the same, and that racism and discrimination and so forth exist. And to be able to treat these problems while sticking to our principles and Republican values, it is a contortionist act, a balancing act, but I believe it has to be done.
I'm very convinced that particular cultures must not be ghettoized, but, on the contrary, put them into the public space. Each person's return to their roots is quite a strong, energizing thing which has to be channeled, organized, to provide space. It seems to me that that is the Republic's duty.
Summer in France is traditionally a time for street festivals. This is the Guillotière district, where Lyon's intercultural reality can be seen everywhere.
La Guillotière is a special part of the city because it has very different populations, which, even though they are in separate neighborhoods, manage to mix very happily, especially at times like this, during the summer, and who live, without exaggerating, in perfect harmony. You feel equally comfortable in the African neighborhood as you do in the Arab neighborhood and the Asian neighborhood, which are actually quite close together.
The diversity of Guillotière can sometimes produce social tensions. But coming together in events like this, differences are celebrated rather than feared. Jacques Reynaud is a community organizer.
I feel firmly that interculturality is the only means to create social links in the territories. Interculturality is at the same time to be a watcher of a living spectacle, and as you see behind you, all sorts of families are here with their children. People either know each other or not, but they come into contact, they share the same space, and that social link can only be created by culture. I'm convinced of that.
Lyon undoubtedly faces challenges relating to immigration, diversity, and interculturalism. But by moving beyond the concepts and the jargon of interculturalism and into the reality of people living side by side, Lyon is beginning to achieve tangible success. The message from the city seems to be, give us an opportunity, and interculturalism can thrive.